Alright, it's time to watch me be bad at video games. Can't wait to be bad at video games. Again, a big part of the problem too is I'm probably going to be swapping between different fucking button assignments and shit. Okay. I don't know if I actually like the way that I laid out the buttons. I might actually change them. Yeah, this is an enhanced vanilla. I've streamed it before. I just didn't do a full playthrough. That they ported to the 3DO. I see, I see. I could see it. That's partially because of the not so great component cable I'm using. I think that may be a factor, to be honest. It's hard to say though. Okay, now here's the part that's tricky as hell. I'm having a lot of trouble with this when I had tested this briefly. Is doing like inputs like that. Okay. I'm gonna have to hydrate a lot as I kind of get my voice situated here. I forgot how gold they made this. Now, something I do like about this a lot is how easy it is to instantly change the directional input. Oh yeah? I'm not sure if I've ever tried Redux. Sounds interesting. Have all the audio levels been good? I assume that they're fine. I'm starting to get a handle on the whole audio thing. Because when I changed everything with my voice, I ended up having to redo the audio balance and various other things from scratch, and I consider it still a work in progress. I still consider it a work in progress, but you know. Definitely has been a bit of a learning curve, just getting it all situated. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it seems fine. Super Nintendo's not particularly loud anyway. Now the real question is, how annoying and loud as fuck is the controller? Because I know some of it's coming through, so... Yeah, I know that it's not actually a problem for a lot of people who watch stuff. Like, you know, Macaw45's the biggest retro streamer on Twitch, and you frequently hear him clacking his loud-ass arcade stick, and nobody gives a shit, including me, so it's, like, kind of subjective. I just don't want it to be, like, overwhelming, you know? I don't want it to be, like, extremely distracting. It's very possible that with some tweaking and testing later on, I can get rid of the sound of the controller entirely if I want. Yeah, so far, I don't have too much to say about the general comfort of the controller because I haven't been using it nearly long enough to get any sort of assessment on that, but that'll be interesting to figure out as we're going through the stream today. Yeah, see, it does show the power level, it's true. It is true that your power level manifests when people hear your gamer noises. It's very true. But yeah, this is primarily bought so that I don't ruin my fucking thumbs playing video games. It's not, the carpal tunnel stuff is a secondary thing. I've not really had any notable signs of a carpal tunnel problem. But of course, preventing that is still something that I welcome, you know? Okay, this part's tricky. Because you have to hold up to get out of the water. The up arrow, the up key is an adjustment because there's two different ways that I can do it, and I haven't decided which one I want to use. Hey, Baxter. But yeah, I have a SCART cable coming for my Mr. And that'll probably take a little while before it arrives. I don't expect that to be soon. It'll probably be later in the month. But that'll clean up the issues with the video quality on the Mister. There's not like a ton of it, but there's like some little problems. Yeah, honestly, I think that to an extent I'm getting a little used to it, at least for this game. I suspect it'll be a far greater problem for Donkey Kong Country. I pretty much am predicting a disaster tier level of struggling to get through that game. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I'm starting off with Mario World because it's more simple. That was a weird kind of sprite thing that it did. I don't think it did that the last time I played this. Desi's calling me a fake gamer. How dare you? How dare you call me a fake gamer? Is it because I'm a girl? Is that why? Alright, now we get to do fun shenanigans with Cape. The cape is the true test that all warriors strive for. Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. I'm not sure if it does it with the, I'm not sure if it does it with, emulator. I don't think I ever tried this on emulator. Yeah, so far this is going relatively okay. I definitely do not have the nuance developed to do fancier things, but it is working. Like, for example, getting at the secret exit here might be a little more difficult. Because it's definitely a different feel. I'm doing better here, though. I'm definitely getting height, so I'm getting a little bit of a better rhythm with this. There we go. Okay. We're getting better. It is true though. Soryu does make a good point. I do play a lot of fake video games. Alright, so an underwater stage. This will be interesting. Because if you really want to do better at underwater stage, you got to use the up and down inputs. If you really want to like maximize your awesomeness. I hope people are having an okay day. My day is not a lot's happened yet. I'm hoping that this day won't suck because almost every day this year for me has sucked. It's been certainly a time. Oh, there we go. Already struggling. Because this is a very complicated series of inputs. Easier said than done, but you're hanging in there. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I mean, chat being really nice to me did definitely make my day better. But you know, it's always going to be one of those things where there's only so much, you know, that can be done, kind of deal. I think like part of the problem, right, is that part of the reason I talked about my real life problems on stream, hey True Star, is because I can't really like hide it. Like it's pretty obvious, you know, that I you know, am depressed and stuff, so it's kind of like it's not really something I can hide on content. So yeah, it's kind of like the deal, right? It's just like an obvious thing. But you know, I don't intend to let that get in the way of not having good streams and being entertaining and stuff, so yeah. Yeah, there are indeed a lot of colors synthetical. Many colors. Vixen Dragon, hello. Thank you for the I'll redeem. Awoo. Hope you enjoyed your I'll redeem. I need to hydrate. Okay. Hi, Mountain Drew. I think I'm getting better at this. I think I'm improving. Again, though, when I play, like, DKC, it's... Oh, damn it. I don't even know how I got hit there. When I play DKC, it's probably going to be really rough. Because I'm way more technically competent at that game. So, you know, there'd be a lot of things I won't be able to do, probably. That was pretty good. I'm glad that I got that one. Oh wow, this is very green. Oh, I lost it. Wasn't fast enough. Too slow. Okay. We're gaming. So yeah. Haven't really been up to a whole lot lately. I caught up on Fallout, the TV show. So I'm current on that. Watch that. That's been entertaining. Oh my god, this fucker's really fucking me up. So yeah, that's been entertaining. And I started watching Dun 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 and watched the first 2 episodes. That certainly is a very chaotic TV show, very chaotic anime. Oh, for fuck's sake, I held on to it for too long. I think I missed the pipe. Oh no, this is it. Okay. We're good, we're good. Yeah, exactly, Vixen. Like that. Many duns. Yeah, so I watched a bit of that. That was interesting. It was very chaotic, very strange. It was entertaining. Hey, Scathe, welcome. And, so yeah, did that. I was watching, Fate Strange Fake. And then I noticed that because it was sourced from Crunchyroll, the subs were clearly done by ChatGPT or some sort of LLM. And it was complete fucking dog shit, and it was like all mistimed with the subs, and everything was just like trash. So then I stopped watching that, and hopefully there are better subs for that available. But if there isn't, then I'll wait until there are. And if there never is, then I won't watch it. So yeah, that was a whole experience. Like, the subs were truly terrible. Like, they were always like super like out of timing and everything. It was just fucking weird. And what else did I do? I think I must have watched some other shit, but I don't remember offhand. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was all I did. Anything else I've been doing has just been sort of like a, you know, just kind of chilling, watching other people's streams and stuff like that. Or hanging a little bit out with friends and stuff. Yeah, I always torrented stuff. I only ever used Kiss Anime for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but that was before I knew where to like go for, you know, that sort of stuff. Like, I knew a few places, but they weren't like, you know, they didn't have everything that I was looking for. But yeah, so I only ever used it for that show. And then everything else was torrenting, and well, still is. Uh-oh, I fucked it up. But I recovered, sort of. Okay, we're good. Well, we're not actually good. Hold on. Okay, this is awkward. I've never had this problem before, so I'm gonna do something about it. Can this guy die? Thank you. We're just gonna do this. The classic Mario World strategy. And this solves everything. Good old cape. Nothing beats that. Hooray. So yeah. The current state of anime is pretty rough. Pretty rough for just watching stuff when there's like a bunch of trash subtitles and shit. Hopefully, things with that improve. I know that there have been some fan subbers who've kind of come out from the woodwork because of the situation of the AI subs and shit. So who knows? Maybe, maybe we'll get a Renaissance era. Maybe we'll get a revival or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of that sort of thing where it's like, you know, what like what a lot of people will talk about or say. Is it's just like, hey, remember when things didn't suck as much? And that's kind of the vibe. Where it's like, you know, where things are right now, so much of everything just kind of feels like it's terrible and it sucks. You know, which is exactly what people come to my streams to hear. That's exactly what people like to hear coming on to the Masumi_TV streams, is to hear me talk about how everything sucks. Ah, yes, the very famous Miyazaki quote. The one that everybody knows. That he definitely said.
Tough day. Anyone else hungry?
No, I always make sure to eat before stream. I'm sure this won't last me for the whole stream, but that's fine. I've needed to eat less anyway. Yeah.
I'm having a ball.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're having a ball. Yeah, this controller's going okay for this game. I do kind of suspect, though, that this particular control scheme setup, like the way that which buttons I'm using on the controller, may not be the ones that I want to use. I suspect that they might cause a bit of a weird discomfort or strain thing with the way that I have this laid out.
Boing.
So I may actually change it, which then might fuck up my muscle memory even further as I'm still figuring out what are the ideal binds. Yeah, I don't think that the way I have this laid out is the way I want to use it. The thing is that this controller has a lot of buttons, and especially if you're playing retro games, you're not going to use all these buttons. So you have a lot of opportunity to change it up. Hi, Tara. This is a ROM hack. I believe this is called Super Mario World, like redone or something, 40th anniversary. Something like that. Let me check the title again. Yeah, Super Mario World Redone 40 Years of Mario Edition. That's what it's called. It's a recently updated ROM hack. It has a bunch of little changes, some audio tweaks as well. And also some of it's maybe not looking at its very, very best because I am running it through the Mister and I'm using a retro tank in the analog video and shit, and the cable that I have is not like the best. This cable kind of sucks a little bit, to be honest, and I'm a little disappointed in wasting money on it. But I have a better cable that's a SCART cable that Rachel Retro recommended. So I ordered that, and that'll probably come like toward the end of this month or something. But yeah, this component cable is kind of not very good. It has like interference and stuff, and it kind of seems like it is maybe changing the colors a bit, or making it a little darker than it should look. Yeah, there's a lot of black outlines. There are some things that I think look good in this and that I like, and then there's other stuff where I'm like, I'm not sure about that. It is nonetheless, you know, interesting. Interesting to look at and check out. But yeah, I'm not particularly like going crazy for a lot of it myself. But some of it's neat. I feel like, for the most part, there's never really been like any particular we redid this thing to look a different way that's really ever been better than how the original looked, you know? Never really been like, this is it, we found the replacement. I'm a wolf. You can also see the little thingy. We have an all we redeem, and we have a little wolf symbol on the outfit here. Or like Desi said, I'm a penguin. Penguin is also a possibility. Oh fuck, I forgot. I was not thinking. Well, I guess that's that. I'll go fuck myself. Oh wait. No, wait. Yeah, the P-switch is gone, so that's gone. Whatever, we'll take the other exit then. Oh. Well, at least I got out of it. Yeah, Uma Musume. But yeah, it is a way you can play Mario World. I enjoy looking into the delicacies of the Mario World ROM hacking landscape. But yeah, by and large, it's kind of the impression I get is the original still looks better. But I appreciate their ideas. I'm like, hey, you've tried. You did the thing. Now this time will be different. Because this time I know that I don't need to spit it out. And in fact, I always knew that, and for some reason I forgot. Never mind. This time it wasn't different at all. I did not anticipate that happening. And that's when I pushed the little button on my Stream Deck that shows a marker on the video that I'm recording so that I can clip that later. That's what we in the business call being efficient. This time, Yoshi won't get in my way. This time, I will reign victorious. I barely didn't. It's almost like there's a huge learning curve with this controller or something. I know Sistok. Hello. Oh, the razor thing with the fucking waifu inside of the tube. Who's gonna be the first person to nut on the tube? Who's gonna do it? I know I'm not the first one to make that joke. Joke. Yeah, yes, it's a joke, totally. Mario World is Mario World, but it has a lot of black outlines and some various differences. Hello, Megami Infinite. Greetings. Oh, thank you for shouting them out. What were you up to on this fine, normal day? Also, to answer your question, Gnosis Doc, which is a very funny question to ask, but I suppose understandable. Nothing has changed about my mic at all. I'm doing voice training. So yeah, hope that explains it for you. I hope that you understand. In case it hasn't been obvious, I'm transgender. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do it to them. Sometimes you have to do it. Hey, Happy Toaster. Corridon, huh? I don't think I've heard of this one. I'm always interested in checking out more Diablo-style video games. One of my favorite genres. It's funny because while it's one of my favorite genres, I never stream it. Largely because literally every person I've ever encountered just doesn't like the genre, or they're at best, they're kind of like neutral on it. They're like, eh, it's whatever. So yeah. That's not a Diablo-like. Bad Rats is not a Diablo-like. It's a puzzle game. You can't trick me. Yeah, I'm an action RPG fan. It's one of my more played genres of game. You mean like more complicated builds or just plain Path of Exile? Right, this is not where there's anything. It's like toward the end of level. The tower game? I think I have that wishlisted. I never pulled the trigger on it. It seemed like it may be for me or may not be for me. It was sort of like in between. I've not played Diablo 1 is the thing. So I would sooner play Diablo 1 than I would play the thing inspired by Diablo 1. That's kind of my take on it. It's the same reason I don't often play a lot of like indie JRPGs that are trying to be an 8-bit sort of style. Oh, nice. I got the perfect. Glover is not an ARPG. Stop attributing genres of video game to things that don't have that genre. It's very upsetting. Oh, really? I didn't know you could play it on your browser. That's interesting. I would just get it on GOG if I was really pining for it or something. Oh, really, Desi? I've never really known that about you. That's interesting. Literally the first I'm hearing of it, like... And that's not sarcasm for those who are wondering. That is sincere. But yeah, that's interesting. Oh, god damn it. Is Enter the Gungeon an ARPG? Probably. I think that you could probably attribute that, but it has some of those elements, but I wouldn't say that, oh god damn it. I forgot that it does that in this level. Is Zelda an RPG? The age-old question. Nobody really knows. Maybe Zelda is just simply Zelda. Have you ever considered that might be the case? Oh yeah, what Soryu says is true. Zelda 2 is an RPG. That's definitely a fact. You think it's too nasally? I mean, yeah, there's definitely nasally quality to it. My old voice, and when I mean old voice, I don't mean, you know, the one I was using like 3 weeks ago. Hi, screensaver. Like when I say old voice, I mean like back like 15 years ago or whatever. It was a lot more nasally. There's definitely a lot more nasal in it, and then it kind of like started to go away a bit more. Okay. But yeah. Is Rune Factory an ARPG? I mean, it has ARPG elements. Are you an action RPG? Oops. Did not mean to do that. It's almost like using a leverless controller is a learning curve or something. Fuck, I'm not doing the inputs right. No, I'm not gonna get this. Nope, it's not happening. I was pushing the wrong fucking buttons, so that was a failure. You're an active time turn-based RPG? I see. I think probably after this castle, I'm going to switch to DKC and then get a game over. I'm thinking that's my plan. I don't really need to do a full playthrough of SMW. I think I generally have the right idea here, where like, you know, other than just practicing it, I don't think that I'm gonna get anything out of learning the controller any faster by playing more of SMW. I'll probably end up getting better results playing DKC. Hey, Magic Me. It goes. Learning a new controller. It's definitely a big learning curve, but I'm making progress. I'm making progress on it, you know? Oh, really? That's pretty funny, Soryu. That's a good story. You're a protagonist of a point-and-click adventure. I could see it. So when you, like, you know, when you pick up an item, sometimes you'll just say, I can use this. Or yeah, I'm not putting my lips on that. Okay. So yeah, this ROM hack autosaves anyway. So there we go. Now, but yeah, it's almost assuredly you're going to see a game over on DKC. Unless I farm for lives, which I might. The new controller goes okay. I'm still learning my way around it. Some things have been a little bit trickier, a little more awkward. Definitely a lot of stuff to do. You heard of this game? You heard of this Donkey Kong game? Now I wonder if this crop is okay. It seems to be basically the same as Mario World. I don't think it's really much different. It might be like 1 or 2 pixels off or something. Yeah, this looks fine. I don't think I have to change the crop or anything.
Anyone else hungry?
All right, chat. This is going to be disastrous probably, but who knows? Maybe the Kong genes will kick in. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this goes for me. So far, so good. There was one time back when I was in school, I played this on a on a keyboard, on an emulator, on ZSNES or whatever the fuck. Does Donkey Kong have donkeys? No. There are no donkeys. So far, this is going a little better than I was expecting, but I also am not at the difficult levels yet. So definitely do not assume that I'm going to just blaze through this game. I personally am expecting some trouble later, but who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. I guess if nothing else, there are a couple things that are theoretically a bit more simple about playing DKC on a leverless than Mario World. As with Mario World, you have to use the up and down, and you don't normally have to use... Well, you don't use the up at all in DKC. That does nothing. That's one less thing to have to worry about. Well, it works on the world map. It works on the overworld. And that's basically it. Otherwise, the up arrow on the D-pad isn't used for anything. What's the deal with DK's tie? He has a human tailor? Sure. Yeah, he has a human tailor. Okay, so the underwater stages are more of a concern. I'm actually incorrect about that. The up arrow is used on these stages. So we'll see. I think the leverless controller learning curve is going to be at its most intense doing underwater stages. I didn't actually not consider that at all. I didn't think about that for even a moment. Having to actually think about this shit is interesting. What is a leverless controller? It is like an arcade stick. It is like an arcade stick, but it doesn't have a stick. And it just uses buttons kind of like, you know, and that's kind of it. It just uses the buttons. Yeah, it's like a hitbox. It might even be like the same thing. It might just be like a different name for it. I'm not sure. Yeah, and it uses keyboard switches, but they're like they're buttons you press, but the actual switches, you know, they're keyboard switches that they're using. And that's basically the deal with that. It's the same thing? Okay. Hitbox is a specific vendor. I gotcha. Hold on. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, it was no problem whatsoever. I mean, someone has to be. I wonder why the pause wasn't working. I guess you can't pause the game when you're in like the barrel shooting state. That's weird. I never actually knew that was the case. Because I was trying to pause the game and I'm like, why the fuck won't it fucking pause? And it's like, apparently, yeah, if you're being shot out of barrel, the game's like, no. The game just says no. But yeah, the underwater stages are probably going to be still the hardest. I was struggling a bit on them already, the first one. Doing the leverless for this stage is meaningless, so I'll skip it. All you do is push a button on this stage. You don't really do anything else. Yeah, so far this is going okay. I need to hydrate. I'll do that after this stage.
I spill my drink.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit of a struggle with that. Now, do I want to do this stage? Not really. If there's one thing that's been a very consistent experience for me, chat, it's that I need to hydrate like 4 times more than I normally do since I've started doing this with the voice training and shit. Definitely just been a one of those things. Someday I'll learn the speedrun skip for this stage. But that is not this day. Oh, for fuck's sake. You fucking kidding me? That is not how that's supposed to go. I don't know why that happened, but I guess it's just I didn't input it correctly. I mean, somebody has to phase through those wheels. It's gotta be me, right? That was really slow. But yeah, I got interrupted earlier because the only good family member that still lives here was asking if I wanted to go to Wendy's, and I'm like, hey, you know. And then he saw what I was doing, and I'm like, and he was like, oh, I guess not. And I'm like, yeah, bad timing. And that was basically what that was. Should have asked earlier. Oh yeah, Diddy Kong is very powerful. He's kind of like just a godly being. We've talked before about how I should get a red hat for this model that's like a Diddy Kong hat, but then there's also the problem of it's a symbol for fascism these days. So it would probably have to be done in a very different way if I ever do it. There were some screensaver in chat workshop some pretty good hat ideas that would be like better and less of that nightmare. Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't expect this part to do...
I'll give you some good dough.
Oh, thank you, Gnosis Doc, for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Yeah, this part with the rope is actually trickier than I expected, because of the way that the up and down inputs work on this leverless. So I actually have to think a little bit more about what I'm doing here. Oh my god. I was not positioned correctly and I'm probably gonna die here. Yep. I did not anticipate the ropes to be a problem, and that's unfortunate because this is an auto-scroll stage, which means that it's going to take longer to get through this stage. That is too bad. A red vest? Oh no, I think that would probably look pretty bad on my model. And that would also involve a lot more work. Adding like things onto the body is harder to do. Something like a hat is easier because it's just a prop. You can just add that as a prop or like a separate object that you attach to the model. So yeah, something like a vest is too complicated. Oops, wrong input. I'm messing this all up. There we go. They have a similar issue with the hats, I see. Yeah, I figure it has to come up in some places. I keep forgetting that Diddy has a guitar. Oh, almost messed that up. I know he uses it in DKC too, but you never actually see it. I think probably the best solution is to just use like an alternate color that's not red. I think that's the go-to. If I ever get around to doing that anyway, which I feel like I should. I would also have to commission somebody for it though, and I don't know who I would even commission. I don't know who just is around on the internet who does that sort of thing. Is there a hat maker? There's like somebody who makes hats. Yeah, basically, like that, yes. Like the player 2 cap and stuff. A hat that looks like DK's face, that sounds terrible. Unless you mean Diddy Kong's face, but that also kind of sounds terrible, to be honest. That sounds horrifying. You know what? I deserve to die there. Because I have not mastered the use of this controller. Arcade flat. It's not like super duper heavy. And it's pretty fucking thin, but it is like a something you lay flat, but it does have little feet you can put up that give it a bit more of an angling if one wants to have an angle. Yeah, it is quite the learning curve, but it's also like kind of been necessary just because I like being able to play video games and not being super restricted on what I can play. And since I can't seem to ever solve my dry skin problems, this seems to be the next best thing. An unfair angle? How do you mean? But yeah, I am getting the impression, but I'll have to think about it more. But I am getting the impression that I might have to change the buttons I'm assigning here. Of course, that's gonna fuck up my muscle memory though. Okay. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I have to make a really conscious effort, though, to not fuck this up. And also take it a little bit slower. Well, that's good enough. Are wooden barrels real? Technically, yes, they do exist. They are a thing that exists in the space. Sometimes you can see a wooden barrel. Yep, you age beer in them, that's true. That's a good point. But yeah, I totally would have been up for Wendy's if it was literally any other day. And also not when I'm literally streaming, right? The real shame. Bad timing. Today's the I need to learn a new controller at all, and that's my day. Do I live on a pirate ship? No. I do not live on a pirate ship. Thank you for asking, though. Unless you're asking Screensaver if they live on a pirate ship. But you know, fair ask. If I can get through World 4. If I can get through World 4 without it taking forever, then I think I'll be on the right track. World 4 is the hardest world in the game. Alright, good, I got that. I am doing the classic. I did bind it to the keyboard style. But it wasn't helping. I found that it was ergonomically unfriendly to have to move that far up with my middle finger or any of my fingers. I found it to be a little lacking. So I am forcing myself to learn the classic way because ergonomically it's better. Yeah. It's there though if I want it, but I'm not really using it. My general intention is I'm still going to use like normal controllers for retro games, just not when my fingers and thumbs are in the state that they've been in lately. At least one thing that is pretty consistent about me is that once I learn how to do a thing, I know how to do it, you know? Like I don't lose the ability to do that thing once I've got it. I just need to create the muscle memory for this specific thing, and once I got that, that'll be good. And it won't mess me up for other things. Yeah, having options is important when you do the stuff I do with streaming, you know? Unsurprisingly, one of my big takeaways with this controller is it's hilariously easy to do directional inputs like instantaneously, which is nice for a platformer. And it's also very good for it's very good for button mashing. Makes button mashing really easy. I forget what it uses. It's something Unity related, I think. I forget. But yeah, I use VNeon, so. This level in particular might be a bit of a struggle for me. So far I'm doing okay. But this level, if you're doing it quickly, requires a lot of very specific inputs. And knowing what's up and what's down, so it's a little scary for me. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know everything about VNeon. So far, this is going okay, but it's going to get harder. So far, we're doing good. This is going well. Yeah, there are conversions and stuff that you can do. It's true. Oh, I froze up for a sec. I'll be okay. I just kind of fucked up the, I forgot what was up for a moment. That wasn't too bad. That was pretty good. I did okay.
You don't look that bad.
Oh, thank you. I try to look my best. I try to look my best for stream. But yeah, it's always funny whenever I use boy mode voice these days, because it really is just the very strong indication of, no, it is really distinctly extremely different. You know? Like, it's not even really remotely the same. There are some identifiers and stuff like that. If you're really listening for stuff, which is what I do. That's how you get better. But otherwise, like, it really is just completely different at this point, which, you know, it makes me a bit happier about that sort of thing. I'm glad. I was talking about that with Soryu yesterday, where I did it for like a moment, and she also concluded that, where it's like, it really is just fucking completely different. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't normally happen with the tire. I almost died. Yeah, I'm glad that people like it, you know? It's pretty much the only thing I have going for me at the moment with transitioning, so... It's like my only W, I guess, right now. Gotta take what I can get. And, you know, since I'm a VTuber and stuff, at least it is doing voice training and all that is the most important thing for my online presence, you know? So it's not like there aren't a few things like that that I can actively work on while I have to work on the other stuff, like being in a safer and better environment. So, you know, there are things that I'm gonna just be focusing on instead, and this is one of them. Yeah, sometimes you just phase through something. It's a whole thing. Yeah, this game is pretty buggy. There are a lot of ways that you can break this game. Yeah, I'm not too optimistic it'll be soon. Oh, fuck. That's not good. Oh, this is not good. I got Donkey Konged. Losing Diddy there is not good. That was like the worst time to lose Diddy. Okay. Wait, why did... No? Why did auto fire turn on? This is like some built-in Mr. shit that I accidentally triggered. Why is there fucking auto fire? I don't even know why that paused my game. I didn't touch the pause button. I'm so confused. How did that fucking happen? I mean, it seems to be working normally, but like, why did it do that? That was fucking strange. Like nothing seems to be like doing auto fire. As far as I can tell. So what the fuck? Yeah, nothing's triggering. Oh right, I'm supposed to, I did this wrong. I forgot about the warp here. I'll take the warp. There we go. Yeah, that was bizarre. I don't know why it did any of that. Hopefully that's not going to be like a problem. Like I was like to pause this game chat, you have to press the start button, and the start button is nowhere near where my hands are. That makes no fucking sense. And why the auto fire thing popped up made no fucking sense. So hopefully that is not going to be some issue later. Otherwise, things seem to be going well. This is a pretty intense level. This is like a pretty hard level. It's easier though if you know what to do. Same as it ever was. This controller has all the things. It covers every button on an Xbox controller. See, that's what I thought too, screensaver. I just don't know how I would have possibly triggered it. I didn't do anything differently from how I normally do it. But yeah. Alright, so Poison Pond's gonna be potentially brutal. Because this is the last underwater stage and it's pretty hard. And I really need to know my up from my down, or else this is going to get rough. I don't know what a 720 means in this context. I don't play fighting games. It's not like, you know, out of disinterest. It's more of just I haven't learned and made the time to learn. So my knowledge of fighting games and skill therein is very minimal. I've already confused up and down more than once. I'm getting better at it though. Rotate the control stick twice, I see. Yeah, I haven't done anything like that. I haven't used this with a fighting game. I've only been using it with Mario World and DKC so far. Whatever. I don't need on guard for this. That went better than I expected. Understandable, screensaver. Very understandable. But yeah, that one went pretty well. I expected to die in Poison Pond, and it didn't happen. Yeah, the water's green because it's poisoned. You gotta read the title, and then you'll know. Did you know that kids can be stupid? Not me, though. I was only ever a vastly intelligent, super smart kid. I was never stupid. I would never be stupid a single time in my life. Never. I would just simply not. Oh, Guilty Gear? On stream? Probably never. If you make a GameCube port, if you port it to the GameCube, then you can convince me. Alright, Blackout Basement should be fun. Remember that time I beat the entire game with this turned on for every level and every boss? I remember when I did that. Hope it goes well, Vixen. But yeah. I have like most of the Guilty Gear games on Steam, either through family sharing or just through like cheap bundles and stuff, but I've still not actually played one. How was beating the game like that? Slower. It was still, you know, the same, but it was slower. It wasn't like the easiest thing, but it also wasn't the hardest. I expected to have more struggles with it. I did not mean to go in there, but it's better than dying, I guess. At least it makes this part easier. That last little stretch. Oh, really, Nanos? Yeah. Some people are really special, it's true. Yeah. But you know, there's also like that whole thing of sometimes people think they're smart, but they're actually not smart, you know? Some of the dumbest people will think that they're like the smartest person around. Usually the smartest people are the ones who don't think that they're actually that smart. You know, this is going better than I was expecting. I actually think that playing Super Mario World is harder. Like on the leverless, I think like playing Super Mario World is more difficult because it asks you to use the up and down inputs way more. Whereas this game's really only asking you to do it in gameplay during underwater levels and the ropes. Some of the ropes anyway. A few of them. But yeah, this is going okay. This is going okay. I was expecting to like struggle on this game for 2 or 3 hours trying to get at all of a handle on the controls, but it's actually going decent. I get confused sometimes, but who doesn't really? Some people are confused all the time, which is the mood. I'm also using this wirelessly. I'm using the 2.4 gigahertz or whatever it is. Because the cable is not like on the side. It's on the back of it or whatever. And for my setup, that makes that a little bit less ideal. Slight concentration on this section. I think I got it though. It's still basically the same thing. Okay. So far so good. This part though, okay. I think we're probably good. Unless I fuck this up. Big jumps. Okay. We're good. One of my friends was pointing out to me that I could technically play PS1 games on this controller because a lot of PS1 games were designed with a D-pad. Fucked up when you think about it. I mean, not that I ever really felt like my fingers or thumbs were really being shredded playing something like an RPG, like Mario Mod or whatever. I could play Mario Mod on this too. I don't know if I would though. Yeah, I hope people are having a good day today. Yeah, I get more use out of it. I am a person who likes getting my money's worth out of things I buy. Unfortunately, that does not always happen, but you know, I do like getting more use out of things. I wonder what I do after this. Do I go back to Mario World? Or do I think of something else? I mainly just had in mind to do Super Nintendo today and not other systems. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Screensaver. Good. I'm glad that you're getting better. I'm gonna do the Sorihime meme. Sorihime suggested Crash Bandicoot 1. And then I say, die. Die. No. Crash Bash. I've played Crash Bash. I owned Crash Bash. I played more than enough Crash Bash for everyone. I, in fact, do not need to play more Crash Bash. It's no Sonic Shuffle, and what is? What is Sonic Shuffle, if not Sonic Shuffle? Hmm? Fuck. I really hate that vulture. It cheats. It is incredibly good at just hitting you for no fucking reason. That means you don't have to play it, Soryu? Wrong. Everyone's an exception except you. You still have to play it. I have not played a ton of Super Metroid. So it would be a learning curve within a learning curve if I played Super Metroid. Galware, welcome. Welcome to the world of video games. Sorry, was telling me yesterday that I can just randomly say things sexily, and that's funny. Yeah, this has been video games the whole time. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I fucked that input up. I was trying to go for something too precise. But yeah, that's one of the powers that you can obtain through voice training. Is you realize that you can say certain things and get away with it that you weren't allowed to say before. Oh my god, I fucked that up. Seriously? Okay. Playing it safe here. I don't know what Run Saber is. Yeah, that's right. I have the sexy pass. Now you're getting it. A Strider like, okay. Oh no. This could be disaster. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, we got it. That's one of the best emotes on Twitch. I wish I had an emote like that. I have not unlocked double jump yet. I probably won't unlock double jump until I move out. As unfortunate as that is. I will say that despite this being wireless and stuff, this is appearing to be a very responsive controller. Using it wired doesn't appear to be like really much of a W there, you know? This feels very responsive as is. Not really noticing any particular issues with latency or anything, so this seems to be pretty fucking solid in that regard. And if there's one game where I detect latency on, it's this. It would be this video game. Yep, nothing beats Gangplank Galleon. Pretty soon, once I get more practice in, pretty soon I'll be starting the Pacifist retro achievement set on stream. Won't be today, but Getting there. You think wall jumping in Super Metroid on Levers might be easier? I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, this has been very speedy, very fast. The controller's been quite responsive indeed. And apparently, the battery on this is pretty fucking solid. It says that it'll last 20 hours. All right. I beat this on leverless. That's pretty cool. I did it. I did the thing. Thank you for the GG. Why does he feel the need to get up every time? I don't know. I personally would stay down. Yeah, it wasn't as hard as I was expecting. It was mostly the ropes and the underwater stages that were a problem. Basically, knowing my ups from my downs has been the biggest challenge. Yeah, 20-hour battery life is pretty fucking stellar. Like, I think that's fucking great, especially since I'm going to be using this, you know, on streams and stuff. So, I think that it's really nice. Because, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use the cable other than for firmware updates and for when I need to program something. Because you can't program the controller for anything with the software unless you plug it in. I would have been probably still using the wired though, if it was on the side and not like the back. It being on the back makes it not really a good option. But yeah, it's so responsive that I don't really think it would meaningfully make much of a difference if I was wired. So 2.4 gigahertz is very fast for me. At least on this controller, it's working out really well. Eggnog Gatorade, hello. That's a lot of number. 40 streams, my goodness. Yeah, as many as 4 10s, exactly. A slight incline. Yeah, perhaps. Mario World, though, is harder because it asks you to do up and down more. And some tricks have to really heavily rely on that. So that's been a little bit more tricky. I guess while these credits are still going, I'll check something. Okay. It actually is because of carpal tunnel concerns. Fair. You use yours for playing rhythm games. I see. Smart. Very smart. I was just stretching. Doing a little stretch. Standing up for a moment. Oh yeah? You think so? I wouldn't know. I'm not a rhythm gamer. Maybe someday I might be, but I've not played much of those games. It's one of my weakest genres. That's how it goes sometimes. Typing angry, indeed. I'm not sure what I do now. Do I go back to Mario? I could play a different Mario. That's also an option. I could play more Monkey. I could play DKC2. I could play DKC3. Going on your tiptoes for the leverless. I see. Yeah, I mean, there's endless video game. There's infinite video gaming. Castlevania. I don't play Castlevania. I've only played 2 Castlevania games and beaten them. I did Rondo of Blood as Maria, and I've beaten Symphony of the Night, and that's it. Castlevania is not a big part of my life. You know what? Considering that was my first time playing this on a leverless, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a time. I'm pretty okay with that. Not bad. Alright. Oh yeah, of course, I could play Doom. What am I thinking? I could play Doom on Super Nintendo. No, that's not gonna be very productive. That would be so stupid. It's such a dumpy version. I can do it for like a minute as a meme. I don't think I've ever played this version. I've seen it. I've seen it, but I've not really played it. People were asking about Doom the other day. My monitor's doing that thing it likes to do, where it takes 500,000 years to give me an image, whereas my capture card finds it in like 2 seconds. Oh, we're in the game. I see. This is how it is, huh? The input lag on this is immense. Oh, this is way louder. You know, playing it is certainly something. I knew it wasn't like the ideal way to play this video game, but this is a tier of rough that I was not quite expecting. This is like so intensely fucking laggy. It's not just the frame rate, it's like got massive input lag on every action. It takes like almost a whole second for an action to happen. Like when I push a button, like you can hear it. Like you can hear me when I push the buttons, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Do you see how much input lag that is? That's fucking crazy. I actually did not know it was this bad. I've touched the GBA port a little bit, and the GBA port is better than this. Which is not what I was expecting to say. That was not the outcome I was thinking of. Hey, ISL MVT. This is Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo Doom. I'm playing it for like 2 seconds as a meme. Hey here, Laha. Welcome. Yeah, this is a really bad version of this game. This was even worse than I thought. playing it really just tells you how much input lag there is. It's absurd. The crunch is something I can live with. I can live with the crunch, but the input latency is just actually the worst. I do not know how to say your name correctly, Machina, so I'm just going to say Machina. But welcome on in. My gosh, even playing this leverless isn't really particularly difficult, to be honest. There's no wrong way, I see. Playing this on a leverless is not actually that hard, to be honest, chat. It's actually just playing the game at all that's difficult because of the lag. That's what's really getting me here with this. Yeah, it is a good thing that Doom isn't fast. You're right. Yeah, thank you very much for the raid. I don't think any mods are here or able at the moment, so I guess I'll shout you out. Let me do that. There you go. I am here. What's AO3 again? What system's that? Yeah, thank you very much for the raid. You were doing Tomb Raider, right? Did you finally finish Tomb Raider? This isn't going very well. Oh, I see. I see, Tara. Thank you for the explanation. You're not even close to finishing it. Most people who've played Tomb Raider 3 stop playing Tomb Raider 3. That's been my observation. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna die. It's too hard to see and move around in this. But yeah, the main purpose of this stream today, for those who are coming in, is for me to learn the muscle memory and how to use my new leverless controller, otherwise what some people might know as a hitbox. So I'm wanting to use that for retro games because I have skin issues with my thumbs, or I get dry skin, and normal controllers shred it. So I would like to prevent that from happening. It is in fact an evil video game. Yeah, it sure does seem to be that. It sure seems that way. But yeah, right now I'm just messing around with Doom on Super Nintendo because it was there, and I'm like, sure, memes, why not? Why not have a little meme, you know? Sometimes you want to have a little meme. My general idea is I'll just play till I die, which should be soon. Does this have a map? It does, okay. I just played through a portion of Super Mario World, and I just beat Donkey Kong Country just before you raided in. I have not played Magic Sword. Yeah, DKC went surprisingly well on the controller. I didn't have too much trouble. I'm learning so much about Doom on Super Nintendo. I hope you are too. But yeah, when I have these skin problems, it's kind of frustrating because the GameCube controller is the worst controller for that sort of thing. So I haven't been doing any GameCube games lately. And that's a bit unfortunate. But rest assured, I will become strong enough to do more GameCubing. My skin doesn't take well to having things covering it. If I put on like say like rubber gloves for example or something, all that happens is you get a giant amount of sweat. It's just extremely gross. So yeah, not really something that I take well to. I'm being shot at. Another noise. Who's doing that? Oh, you're doing that. Yeah, I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to grow more powerful. It's difficult, you know? It's difficult to get stronger, but I'm doing my best. I'm kind of surprised that I'm still alive. I would have expected I would have died by now. The frame rate's getting worse. This is in fact not an improvement. I mean, yeah, I've like very actively known what I'm about for like 7 years, Scathe. It's not like a recent revelation or something, but in many ways, like anyone will tell you who's been in my position, you kind of have always known sort of deal. It's not like a new thing, but sometimes life distracts you a lot, and various other things will get in the way, so yeah, I've very actively known and had a label as to what my deal is and who I am for like 7 years, I would say. Somehow I'm still going, chat. I'm still alive. Playing this on leverless is pretty funny. Playing a dogshit version of a video game and on a leverless controller, that's a pretty good combo. It's funny too because of course there's retro achievements for like every version of Doom that retro achievement supports. So you can just get a bunch of retro achievement masteries. Hey Java Dose. So the way that it works with this leverless at least is it can simulate analog inputs. That is, there is a separate thing that can do that. So basically it works. It lets you do that. But of course it'll still only be 4 cardinal directions. So you still have that issue, but it does allow it. I forgot that there's a GBA version of Legend of Zelda. I know that they did those NES releases, but I just often don't remember that they did it, you know? It's such a funny thing that they were doing. NES Classics or whatever they called it back in the day. You know, I don't normally have too many problems with navigating in this game. Like this early on at least. Later on I do. But when it's darker than the other versions I play, and it runs like shit and has really low resolution, it actually makes it a lot harder to see what the fuck's happening and where I'm going. Yeah, this controller is specifically made for Mario 64 DS. You are exactly correct. Yes, same for me, Screensaver. I first played Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance. Yep. That was my experience too. So I got to hear Link constantly scream all the time, basically. Just nonstop screaming. Ceaseless, endless screaming. I never beat that version, by the way. I got to Turtle Rock and gave up. I think that's a lot of people's experience with Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Getting to Turtle Rock and giving up. I beat it though, like 2 years ago or something. I do remember the GBA cartoon cartridges. I never had any, but I do remember them. Somehow this is still going. I only intend to play on one life, but I guess the game's not hard enough yet. I noticed that there wasn't a difficulty option I could select. That was kind of interesting. Oh, I turned autofire off. I don't know how I turned it on in the first place. Actually, wait, maybe I do. No, I don't. Doom's easy. Am I easy, chat? Do you think I'm easy? Thank you for the follow. Is that to test if I'm easy? If somebody follows? And then I just get all weak and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Oh, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't see who's fucking shooting at me. Oh, is it you? It being polite to say? That's fair. That's unfortunate, Vixen Dragon. I am sorry to hear. Hi, Shadow Kitty. Yeah, I keep follows anonymous. So, you know, I only call out people if they chat. Oh, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm just, I'm playing this really bad version at the moment. You know, good old Super Nintendo Doom, everyone's favorite. You know, once again, I would have preferred if, maybe I had died already. But for some reason, I'm still going. I just wanted to play to the one life. I just wanted to play to the one life and then move on to another thing. I mean, I guess in a way, it's sort of teaching me more muscle memory for the, this leverless controller. It is, in order for me to move up and down, you know, I have to know what those buttons are. And that's one of the things I'm probably struggling the most with. And so, you know, maybe I'm getting a little something out of this. Even if this plays like ass. Oh, really, Sonata? That's funny. Is that one of those ones that has the cool cartridge that's like red or something? And then there's like Maximum Carnage that also has one that's like that too, I think. Oh, there we go. I finally died. Very good. All right, let's find an actual real video game. I could do more monkey. The prospect of more monkey is always a good prospect. I have only ever played Mega Man 1, and I had to cheat to beat it because they do that thing where it's like, haha, what if we put game progression behind Ace Hidden Secret? So that's kind of where I'm at with Mega Man. I am saving Mega Man for the GameCube challenge because I haven't like played basically any of them except one. And like 30 minutes of 2. I've seen them stream though 500,000 majillion billion tillion times though. So in some ways I feel like I've played Mega Man. All right, I'm thinking. Beat 'em ups are not a strong genre for me. Beat 'em ups are not a strong genre for me at all. I'm not opposed to beat 'em ups, of course, just not my... I don't know how much I would get out of it. What is Knights of the Round's a beat 'em up, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Play Bubsy. I've played Bubsy before. You want me to fucking play some Bubsy again? Fucking fine. I'll play some motherfucking Bubsy. You freak.
Bubsy, 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 Bobcat!
I like beat 'em ups. They're just not a genre I've played a lot of. My god. You know, I have it set to 720p and my monitor just fucking hates 720p. My monitor's like, I'm gonna take 500,000 years to switch to the fucking resolution. 'Cause I'm a stupid bitch. Okay. I forget what the difference is between these. It doesn't fucking matter.
Remember, I am a trained professional.
I do indeed have that power, it's true. Okay. The controls of Bubsy. Bubsy the Bobcat.
Do you believe in miracles?
This is a video game that I have played on a real Super Nintendo. Right, so you don't have to hold a button in this, unless you're gliding. Anyway, this is Bubsy 2 for the Super Nintendo. Please enjoy. Enjoy its chaotic nature. You know, this requires a lot of intense use of the up and down inputs. Oh yeah, you've seen it all. Yeah, this is one of the minigames of all time. A minigame of our generation. I don't think I'm going to be hitting another boat. Are you feeling sufficiently bubsied? Oh, I'm sure. I know there's Ulili, a person who's like a big Bubsy 3D head. I know about that person. Your bubs are certainly getting seed. I'm glad to hear it. Don't you just hate it when a sheep baws at you and then you get hurt? You just fall down. I hate it when that happens. My favorite thing about this game is the camera. It's just so good. You hate Bubsy's constitution? But do you respect Bubsy's rights as a human? Because you shouldn't, because he's not a human, he's a bobcat. No, I've never played any of the Mother games. I've seen them here and there. They look good. I just never got around to them. While I have definitely played a good number of retro games, I am the type of person who grew up pretty poor. I grew up in general poverty through the ages of 0 to, I want to say, about 12. And that was through all of the 90s and some of the early 2000s. Mostly the 90s was the poorest for me. And because of that, I did not have a lot of games. And there were whole consoles that I missed out on entirely. So say, for example, other than borrowing a Sega Genesis over one summer from a friend, with them having 3 games, I have very little experience with the Sega Genesis. So if one were to ask, have you played this game that was on the Genesis? The answer would probably be no. And that's one of the many examples. You know, sometimes I just forget how goddamn fast this game is. Like, literally, the camera scrolling so fast, too. Hooray.
Great! More! Who wrote this stuff?
Pebble Beach Golf Links for Genesis. So you're saying I haven't lived. I see. That's pretty accurate. I also don't think I've really lived.
Is the writer's strike over yet?
There's always a writer's strike, Bubsy. For all eternity. So, chat was saying I should play a shmup, huh? Is this what you had in mind? Oh, I see. This wasn't what you were thinking of. I apologize. I got confused. Oh, I see. It's different. Hey, available username. Hello, hello. Oh no, I got hit. I think one more hit and Bubsy dies. That's not a nitpick. This game's terrible. This game's fucking trash. Oh good, got my health back. Bubsy can live. Everybody's happy for Bubsy being alive. We're all very excited for Bubsy. Oh, I love being blindsided. I could definitely have avoided taking damage there. Isn't there a way to turn around? How do I do that? How the fuck does Bubsy turn around in this? It's not working like I thought it would. Is it like a certain combo? No? Is it shoulder button? Oh, it's the shoulder buttons. The shoulder buttons make Bubsy turn. Yeah, Bubsy 4D is just Demon Tides with a reskin. That's been my impression. I think Demon Tides comes out first, right? Pretty sure it does. It does? Yeah, okay. It's like February, right?
Oh, I think I broke something.
Are you enjoying the wonderful world of Bubsy? Do you like how they have expressions? When Bubsy touches them with his fuzzy feet? It's very normal. Oh, Bubsy. When your furry feet touch me on my head, I get so excited. What a normal video game made by normal people. Oh, don't say these words. I see. Oh, we're doing this again. Uh-oh, we're back in here. I don't know if I like being in the minigame zone. I would say that I'm getting a pretty good handle on using this controller. If I'm able to do this shit. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Because you do actually need to have some control over this. Well, that's because I used to play this game a lot because I owned it on the Super Nintendo when I was like in the single digits of age. I didn't own a lot of Super Nintendo games, so I mostly just kept playing the same like 8 games over and over again outside of some rentals. That's mainly why. By the way, this level fucking sucks. This level's like nigh incomprehensible garbage. I think this is probably one of my least favorite levels in this game. At least this aesthetic, this like particular musical, whatever the hell you call this nonsense. This is like not a good level. As opposed to the good levels that Bubsy 2 has. You know, all those ones that we know of. Oh yeah, Rayman 1 I've never played, but I've seen it, and it looks like evil nonsense. Made by probably bad people. At least Rayman 1 looks better. Rayman 1 has anything going for it when it comes to its aesthetic or visuals, whereas Bubsy 2 looks like somebody vomited everywhere. That's always been my impression. I should remind people, by the way, that this game has fall damage, and you will instantly die. The only way to negate fall damage is by holding the glide button. And this game has lots of instant death situations. What do you think of the guys with the big teeth and the open mouths? And then when you go inside of them. How do you feel about those guys, chat? Are you feeling good about these guys? You try not to think of them? They have a word for that? Oh yeah, it's true, they do. Are they supposed to be sharp notes? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure they are. Oh, Bubsy died. Died to a sheep's sound waves.
Keep it up, just keep it up.
Bubsy's getting a little tilted. I don't think I ever beat this game. I don't recall actually at least legitimately beating it. But I think I've seen most of the content and I have fought the final boss before. I'm sure someday I'll probably end up in some weird situation where I beat this game. Honestly, it wouldn't be as hard as some of the GameCube games I've beaten for the challenge. So like, it's whatever. It's just the fact that you'd be playing Bubsy, I guess, would be the downside. That'd be the unfortunate situation that one would find themselves in. Yeah, you beat some pig or whatever. There's like an evil pig dude. In life, there's always some evil pig guy. You ever notice that? For some reason, that's just continually a thing. I'm just gonna readjust my positioning here. I think I'm a little too far away from the controller. Yeah, I think that's better. You know, one thing that I think that's been really nice is how many people have told me that since I started voice training, that they prefer how I sound, and that it's been an easy thing for people to get used to. That makes me happy, because I also know that some of the people who've told that to me are not the type of people who say it to be nice. They're, you know, being legitimate and honest. And I think that's good. I think that's cool. I wonder if I'm actually going to find the exit on this anytime soon. I remember they sort of hide it, unless I'm thinking of a different level. Hey, Deuce. I think I said hey to you earlier, but you get an extra hey. Gotta watch out for the instant death pets. Bubsy's almost dead again, chat. Bubsy could die at any moment. Oh good, we made it. Gotta get all these marbles for some reason. Yeah, sometimes it gets intense around here, you know? You gotta be ready for it. You gotta be ready for the intensity to hit.
Oh, yeah. Nothing can stop me now.
Chat's truly being spoiled. They got a bunch of Doom on Super Nintendo. Now they're getting Bubsy 2. More Bubsy 2 than what most people should probably play.
The Hamhock strikes
That's what I think anyway. I think probably 10 minutes of Bubsy 2 is about the recommended or maximum dosage, rather. That's kind of how I feel about it. Your doctor upped your Bubsy dosage recently? Well, that's why you should always ask your doctor. Why did I take damage? I don't know why that happened. It was just a fucking chest. I can only assume that it counted damage from the guy beneath me. One thing I'm a big fan of is the frame rate here. The frame rate's just fucking trash right now. Yeah, delusions of stardom are particularly dangerous, especially if you're a Twitch streamer. You better be careful. So, what did that do other than put me what appears to be the beginning of the level? Maybe it did something else. The level design in Bubsy 2 is very non-Euclidean. It kind of doesn't really make any sense. Sometimes the exit is like on the left of the stage, sometimes it's in the center, sometimes they hide it somewhere in the right. I would say though that I'm feeling a bit more confident as I've been going through the stream in using this controller. It's starting to get a little bit more natural. I'm still not convinced this is the best ergonomic button layout for me that I'm using, but it doesn't... I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But otherwise, this is working pretty well. Now, I know there's an arrow pointing over there, but those arrows lie to you all the fucking time. Okay. Here we go. The Free Vikings, is that the Blizzard game? Yeah, I'm familiar. I've not played it, but I'm familiar. I don't know why I'm not hitting these guys. Why are their hitboxes broken? I missed my health. I'm gonna die. Yeah, the hitboxes are broken on those guys.
Keep it up. Just keep it up.
So I got killed because the game decided that I should die. Yeah, that went poorly. Took too much damage. Way too much damage. One hit will kill me now. This is very intense. This is the most intense Bubsy 2 gameplay you've seen in a while, chat. That's what my bet is. Oh, there's some health. Okay. Okay, so what's the point of this fucking area? It seems like a dead end with a bunch of enemies, and I did a shmup section to be here. Or whatever you call that. Whatever we want to call what it is that I just did with the fucking spaceship. It just seems to be there's nothing here. Maybe it leads somewhere else when I go back. Yeah, that's what it is, because this game's stupid. I forgot how stupid this game is sometimes, even though I've played it enough. I'm like, oh yeah, this game's dumb, right, I forgot. If I recall correctly, this should lead to the exit. No, I'm wrong. It's somewhere in this area, though, I think. Maybe. But then again, almost everything looks the same, so... who's to say? No, I guess I'm wrong. I was always wrong. There is no exit. No exit exists. It was made up. We made it up. Oh, we're just doing this again now. The same door leading to a different place. They sure like that trick. Yeah. Divine Purgatory is a pretty apt descriptor of what's going on. Hey, I beat it. Somehow I continue to persevere in the face of the Bubsy 2. Pretty good. I'm sure people are marveling and they're so impressed at my Bubsy 2 gaming. They're like, wow, look at you go. You're playing that Bubsy 2 game. Bubsy's excited. 4 levels are completed. You are? That's funny.
Stop me now.
I mean, I guess some people would have to be, because this game is hard to play. I fucking hate this level. But that's true of every level.
Think so?
Chat, who do you think is preferable? Bubsy or Gex? I've never played Gex. I've seen quite a lot of Gex played by other people, but I've never personally played it. I'm trying to get this fucking one up that I won't ever use because don't know why I'm still playing this, but we're playing it. I guess in a way it's still practice. Whatever I'm playing is still practice using the controller, which is the whole point of this stream, so... I see, so you're on the other end of the spectrum, screensaver. I getcha. Look at that fantasy wall. These motherfuckers with their tricks and their secrets. Oh, it's the minigame dimension. We're doing this shit again. I haven't even seen the armadillo minigame. Are you serious that missed? How the fuck did that fucking miss? Oh my god. Well, now I'm doing poorly at the minigame. I am going too high. Whatever, I'll go for the higher ones then. Misinputs. All right.
Nothing can stop me now.
Bubsy would know how to get his act together, unlike Gex. I see. So you think Bubsy would learn how to behave himself? The soundscape of Bubsy is particularly interesting, isn't it? Lots of squelches and little fart sounds and stuff. Oh, somebody's calling me for a toll-free survey. I should totally pick that up and answer it, right? I should definitely participate in a survey over a phone call. Nothing's ever gone wrong doing that. Nobody's ever been tricked by a phone call. It's never happened, not a single time. Yeah, I remember that too. That was some pretty baller art. No one calls you? Oh, surely you get spam calls. If I get spam calls, then surely other people do. Why couldn't I roll to the right? It wouldn't let me. WhatsApp text messages. I don't have WhatsApp. I've never used that.
Keep this under wraps.
Hey, Ed T. Dragon. Welcome. You know, I realized that I technically could have played Celeste too on the leverless, but I think that would have been too challenging, too hard. I think that would have been a whole other level of difficulty as opposed to most of these retro games. Oops. I went inside the fire. Let's try that again. Sorry for the burp. I do my best to not do that stuff. But I am human. Okay. So what the fuck do they want me to do here again? Are they lying to me? Do they want me to go somewhere else? Maybe I do that. Okay, I think I vaguely remember where I'm going. I'm a human wolf. I'm both. I'm a hybrid. I can be both things. Haven't you ever seen a genetic freak before? You ever realize that Bubsy 2 levels are way too long? Whenever they do that big scrolling thing, you know that it's just absurd how fucking bloated these levels get and how much of it is just like useless distractions. An honorary Kong family member? I mean, I've never said that's the case. But you could say I theoretically could be a member of the DK crew. Someone has to be, you know? I guess it could be me. Adopted into the Kong family. Exactly. You're getting it. We're just making up my own VTuber lore on the spot here. And then the next time we do that, it'll be a different thing. Oh, I did it. Hooray.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Boss Store Open Chat. This is the most Bubsy that I've ever played on stream, like Bubsy 2 or just Bubsy in general. I never actually got to the boss on stream.
Now.
I don't even remember what the boss is. I'm sure once I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that fucker. That shithead. But you know, until then, I won't know.
Another swine mess.
Apocalypse Now. Oh, right. Okay, this weird shit. It's like, yeah, I forgot that it was this strange. Like, it's not even really a boss, unless there's another phase. Oh, I took damage, because this game's bad. Okay, we did it. We only took damage once on the boss. I think the retro achievement set for this wants you to no damage all the bosses.
Nothing can stop me now.
I'm not doing retro achievements though, this is on the Mister. Mister does not support retro achievements. You know, I titled this stream Comfort Games
Stop me now.
on a new controller I'm learning. And that ended up being a lie. This isn't a comfort game. This is like a fucking trauma. This game's just a fucking trauma for me. There's no comfort here. This is just a game I stubbornly played a whole bunch of when I was fucking like 7. In a way, though, you could say it's like a funny joke. It's like an ironic bit now. The title's just a joke. Yeah, familiarity does not bring comfort. That said, for the most part, I am having to think a lot less about using the controller, at least for this system and this genre of game. So I think I'm making progress. I definitely think I'm getting better at, oh god damn it, the fucker. I'm getting better at using this controller.
Bye-bye.
Up and down still trip me up slightly though. I still have to sometimes think about it, but I have to think about it less now. What's your favorite part about Bubsy 2, chat? I think my favorite part is when he dies. And then he goes, "Aw, nuts!" Or something like that, you know? Yeah, when he dies, it's a pretty good time had by all. Do you think that Bubsy's like an honorary Amiga game? Or does the UI need to be more specifically Amiga for it to really count? Yeah, Manos also likes it when Bubsy falls apart. I figured that'd be a minigame. This music kind of feels like an anxiety attack.
Another
Whoa,
swine
Bubsy
mess.
finds that guy very humorous. He's like, whoa, look at that dude. I don't know why we're doing that. I don't know why anything's happening at any point in this game. I don't think this game has ideas. I think it just is. This game just exists. It's possible that nobody made this game. It's entirely possible that no one made it. And it just always was and always will be. Perhaps Bubsy 2 is just eternal. A scary thought when you think about it. I feel like I have a disturbing amount of lives for playing Bubsy 2. I feel like I perhaps shouldn't have 13 lives. Man, there's a lot of bullshit going on. Oh, Bubsy just took some damage. Another level beaten. Why am I still playing this? Why am I still playing Bubsy 2? What next? Am I supposed to fucking play Home Improvement Power Tool Pursuit? That'd be a fucking nightmare. Yeah, clearly. Clearly it's just making me stronger. But only specifically for Bubsy 2.
Nothing can stop me
Nothing
now.
else. Just this. No, that's a terrible idea. Any time that somebody plays Home Improvement on the Super Nintendo it's a bad idea. You don't do that. I would simply just not do that. It's just not a good thing. Here we are once again. On this fucking aesthetic of a level. This ugly motherfucking aesthetic. And shit frame rate. It's a video game. Alright, into the big mouth we go. What do you suppose is on the inside of that? Because Bubsy traverses, right? What do you think the traversal experience is like?
That's it.
I've never played Plock. I don't think that I want to be diddled for free. I don't really like the prospect of being diddled unless I was getting paid for it. I do not wish to be diddled. Free diddlings are not what I'm into. If you want to see your streamer get diddled, you gotta encourage them to put up a goal and be like, hey, how much do you think it would be to get diddled? And I'd be like, I don't know. It depends. It depends. I'm not opposed to diddling. It just depends on what we're talking about for the amount, you know? Go to a different streaming service? Yeah. Only professional diddling here. Oh, that missed? Fuck you. Yeah, I figure there's too much power. I nearly got everything in that. I missed one boat. Got 2 lives out of that.
Go for Baroque.
I also watched them get diddled. The people enjoy watching somebody else get diddled, but to be diddled yourself is an entirely different experience. The way that it works is you get a minimum amount of launch power by moving up and down on the controller. And then when you launch, you can control the trajectory left, right, up, down. And that's basically how it works. Yeah. Oh, Bubsy. You perished. You perished from an off-screen attack. How could you? Well, at least he died right next to the checkpoint. This is a death trap. They just have shit everywhere where you can't see it. So you just end up getting completely mauled to death. Pretty fucking based. Boop. That's the sound it makes. Hope people are enjoying whatever the fuck this stream is. Whatever the hell it is that I'm doing. It's something. Things are happening. They are occurring. To be Bubsy is always live life on the edge. Bubsy's always just close to death at all times. I see it's all sealed up in here. So this seems to be currently a dead end. Okay, that's... Hmm. I'm running out of time. There we go. Yeah, Bubsy's always edging. We have any edgers in chat? Be sure to sound off.
Oh, I think I broke something.
Okay, so does that do anything? Or is it just going to be an exit now? Okay. Not sure if I, greeted you yet, me, but hello, if I have not greeted you. But I think you've been here. I think you've been around. Oh, I can ungreet you. I see. Is that what you're into? You into the ungreeting? That's becoming your new thing. You know, I can just picture somebody being like, talking with their friends or something and being like, you know what? I've been thinking that I might want to try something new with streamers. I think I might be like asking them, can you ungreet me? And then they're like, what do you mean ungreet? Well, I mean, you know how streamers will sometimes greet, like, you know, people come into their stream. And I'm like, what if? I was just like, can you just greet me and then not? You know? Who knows? Maybe it's something. Why are there so many fucking goddamn enemies? Like a fucking endless cacophony of enemies. Yeah, you want your streamer to talk like Bizarro, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have new ideas brewing. You never know, you might strike something big. You might hit the big time. My favorite thing about this level is it's really hard to find the exit. That's my favorite part. Oh, there it is. Clearly I scripted that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dudes, exactly. It's a good bet.
I like it.
I don't like it, Bubsy. I never liked it, and I don't like you. Hope you learned a lot. Chat, why am I still playing this? I mean, I guess it's practice, but this isn't a good game. This game fucking sucks. And for some reason, I've played more of it than I ever have. Like on stream. I've played plenty more of it off stream, but like... I I'm not sure why we're still doing this. There are other games I can play. I could be playing literally anything else. Oh, I see. So you just stab each other? That's a good idea. I see. This is a brilliant new stream meta that we're figuring out together. I'm glad that we're figuring this all out. Oh my fucking god, right next to... I forgot that was instant death and there's a checkpoint there, because of course there is. I have made a poll. You decide. You decide my fate. More Bubsy? Yes? No? Should the Bubsy continue? It's less than 2 minutes. Decide carefully, chat. I don't know where I'm going. Isn't that just the fucking mood of this video game? What did that switch do? That lever do? Nobody fucking knows. I'm a big fan of how much the frame rate just completely and utterly tanks to shit in this game. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna have to look at the poll. It's almost done. You can still vote whether there's more Bubsy or there's no Bubsy. No? 100% no. Wow, chat really doesn't like Bubsy. Chat fucking hates Bubsy, Jesus. Alright, okay. Well that... it has been decided. So, I was not expecting an overwhelmingly, no on that. Even the person who nominated Bubsy voted no. How do you know? Did you look at their ballot? Did you look at what they wrote down? You think I should play a good game now? Let's see what counts as a good video game. How about some Aladdin? I haven't played this game basically since I rented it as a kid. Oh, really? So you called it. I'm going to be terrible at this game. I'm not going to probably play it for very long, but I'll play it for a few minutes or something. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll be a master. But yeah, I've barely played this. I also haven't seen this movie in probably at least 15 years, if not longer. I remember enjoying it well enough. I think I also might have seen it as a kid once or twice, maybe, but I'm not sure. You got a pretty long intro. Oh, it just sort of cut off. Oh no, that's just my monitor being stupid. Never mind. I don't know why my monitor hates 720p so goddamn much. It just seems to have some kind of like fucking brain damage. And I guess I'll just keep it at 1080p in the future for the Mister. Because technically 720p is better scaling with a 1440p monitor, which is why I kind of wanted to keep it at that. But my monitor disagrees. My monitor's like, you know what? I'm just going to randomly drop and shit and be stupid and annoying. So, yeah. I guess I'll just keep it at 1080p because that's the only thing it seems to fucking be able to handle. Oh yeah? I figured a lot of Disney movies for people were like that. I watched Beauty and the Beast quite a bit. I still like Beauty and the Beast quite a lot. Oh, we use a password system for this? How antiquated. Alright. I don't know the controls. Okay, so we have the hold. I see. Born. Oh no. What's the monkey good for? Does he just follow you around as moral support? I see we have ammunition for our apples. I guess I can boost the volume on this game. It seems to be on the quieter side. Ooh, a 1-up. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get over there. Maybe it's a different part of the level. It seems like you can almost make that jump, but it's like maybe a little precise. I don't see a time limit on the stage, so there's that too. I'm not going to worry about it though. Oh no. Oh no. I want to get it. Oh, good. Oh. I mean, somebody has to be the lucky street urchin guy. I missed a gem. I'm a failure. Oh no. Okay, I got that thing, which did a bonus. Is that it? I guess it's a bonus thing. Okay. Welcome to bonus stage. And then we gamble. This isn't as good as Super Frog's gambling. Okay. What does that do? Oh, it gets me extra health, so that's like the best thing then. Cool. I got super lucky. Can't wait to die and get a game over. Okay, there's ducking in this game. Good to know. Do these pots get broken? They do. I see. And that's how you get more ammunition and shit. I don't know what that does. Oh no. Are you quoting Aladdin? It's been too long since I've seen it. I don't remember. Oh, I fucked that up. Chicken. One of the songs? Okay. I need to be using my apples more clearly. Gotta stun them so they don't bullshit me like him. Yeah, that's the meta. You know, I think I'm starting to get pretty used to this controller. Especially for a game I've like not played in like forever. I'm doing pretty okay, and some of these things do involve directional inputs like up and down. Like to climb up these you have to go up on the D-pad, so to speak. Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to getting that SCART cable, and ideally this not so great component cable ends up not being used because it looks like shit compared to what I could have. And you know, for the record, I could go back to HDMI. It's just that going back to HDMI does make it harder for me to have certain features that I like, that the RetroTink does for me. Nonetheless, I'll have the best of both worlds pretty soon. Soon enough. Nothing in that one. I guess some of them are going to be duds. That's fair. Well. Oh, Aladdin died. He is dead now. This is pretty fun. This is a pretty fun game. What do you think of this game, chat? Have you ever played this before? I heard some people always just say, well, the Genesis version is the one that I like. They'll be all about that Genesis life. Because you get a sword in the Genesis one. Oh no. Almost got that. Oh, I see. So I have to do like a pretty precise jump. Or not? How do I do this? I don't know how the fuck to get that. Is there another ability that I'm not using? Oh, I get it. I get it. You have to use the enemy. That is tricky and will probably result in me dying. Oh, he didn't respawn. Is he out of lives? I guess I'll just forget that gem then. Oh. Rip. Greed. Greed is everything. I took the bait. You have a fun story? You remember the Game Boy version? You didn't like the Genesis one? Yeah, I mean, it always seems to be the endless war between the two versions. Oh, I see. So making up weird racist bullshit made more sense. Yep. That checks out. Yeah, that's definitely a pretty interesting story. Many such cases, as they say. I definitely, I can definitely understand what it's like to have parents who are racist. Or, you know, various degrees of that. It's almost like my parents are fucking walking garbage or something. It's almost like that. That is a really hard thing to do. That particular red gem. Like, I get what they want, it's just hard to execute on it. Cool. Missed more stuff. What a shame. Yeah. You know, honestly, I'm learning pretty... That's kind of a cool move you can do. I'm learning this controller decently for this. If I were to change genres, though, it'd probably be a little more tricky. That would be my guess. But, for this kind of game, I'm doing okay. At least I would like to think so. Especially for a game like this that I've barely played. I mean, isn't that just life? Well, okay, he's invincible. There we go. He has like a berserker move. Roll threes, no. Well. Who could it be? Is it Pretty Lady? A pretty lady named after rice? This password system's so stupid. I don't know why we had passwords for 16-bit games. I don't know why we were still doing that. But you know what? That's whatever. Yeah, whole roast chicken would give you a big health recovery in real life. At least that kind of thing does that for me, you know? Yeah, Dragon Ball understands it too. It's true. They all, they understand the facts of life. Yeah, they didn't want to pay for a fucking battery because they're cheap. It's true. But yeah, this game's fun enough. I could see myself playing more of this. Maybe for like retro achievements stuff or something. Even if it's just like a little small amount. Not like, you know, trying to get everything or do everything. Don't really care about a mastery, but you know. I could see myself putting more time into this, getting a few Chivos in the process. Some of these I'm not really sure how you're... Oh, I think I know, actually. Right, the ledge grab, yeah. This, though, I don't know what you're supposed to do. You just wait. I don't get it. Oh, is it because you go back? I get it. I get it now. I understand what they want me to do. I have cracked the code. This turns into a platform. A teeny tiny platform. And then you do this. And then you... Oh my god, that's fucked up. Okay. Check in. Wow. Wait, did that count? Why didn't it grab it as soon as it came out of the chest? Well, that's gone, I guess. Okay. Well, that's fucked up. I know what you have to do there, but that's fucked up. That's an evil gem made by evil people. I also noticed it does not save your gem progress when you die in a level. Although the red gems appear to be saved, so I guess, yeah, sort of saved, but also not really saved. Yeah, everybody loves delicious cave chicken, right? It's everybody's favorite. Who doesn't love a good old cave chicken? Wow. Yeah, game looks nice. I guess I can't get that. They want me to go down here. Well, that's good. The monkey actually serves as a hint. That's actually pretty good game design. The monkey will tell you where to go. I can get down with that. Oh no. This looks pretty. All right, cool. Yeah, I never liked passwords. Not something for me. I do not appreciate, but you know what? That is fair. You are allowed to appreciate something that I don't. Unlike those other streamers, I'm okay with my chat liking things that I don't like, and vice versa. Oh, okay. Aladdin doesn't know how to swim. Is that a thing? Oh, we already got a game over, huh? Pull the rope. That's a little dark. Pull the rope. Yeah, just kill yourself. In Minecraft. How very grim. Anyway. Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, this is not a comfort game. I've never played this, but I know this game's terrible. I'm going to play this game for like 2 seconds, and I'll be like, wow, this sucks. I'm like, wow, this game's fucking trash. I've seen it played a bit, and I know it's supposed to be like absolutely like rock bottom fucking garbage. This is like considered one of the worst in the 16-bit era for like this kind of shit. This is a very heinous video game. I know some things about it from watching Ty Tuesday stream it. All right, let's just skip this. This isn't going to be interesting. Okay. Just get to the gameplay. I don't care about, like, stills. Okay. Oh, she do be running. Oh, wow, you just immediately start taking damage in this game. No time wasted. Oh my gosh, this really is just like immediate, just aggro. They don't fuck around. Why is Beast so hard to move? What is going on with this? There's like a darkness mechanic. What the fuck? I never saw the beginning of this game. I only saw the later shit. How the fuck does this work? How do you get up here? Amazing. What an ability. There's like a rock here. Does this matter? Oh, let me look at this. I want to see that again. That's good animation. That's funny. Oh, they respawn. Oh, it's one of these games too. As soon as you go off screen, they respawn. Oh, this is rotten. This video game is rotten. This is the kind of video game that you play with save states. This is bad. This is really bad. I still don't know how you're expected to get up here. Like, I thought you'd climb this, right? But it doesn't seem to have that mechanic. And your jump height is like weird. You seem to gain like forward momentum, but it's still not enough. Oh. Oh my god, there's spikes too. Beast, why is your castle like this? How do you get them off of you? Here we go. This game has no chill. This is literally the fucking beginning of the game. I'm like less than a minute into the fucking video game and they're like, die. Just like, go fucking die. Amazing stuff. You can do a precise jump, right? With an enemy right next to it. Yeah, this is completely and utterly fucked. This game is evil. This is like incredibly intensely fucking evil. Holy shit. Alright. Yeah, that's something. That truly is something.